Hello everyone, this is the demo of EcoStruxure IT Gateway. This is a fresh install of IT Gateway. As you can see on the left hand side, no devices are discovered, no alarms are set up. It's basically just very recently, a few minutes ago, this gateway was installed. And the very first thing you will notice that on the Cloud Connectivity tab, it shows me that connection is successful. This means that this gateway can communicate with Schneider Cloud, but it is not registered with Schneider Cloud yet. In this page or in this tab, you have various options that you can work with. One of them is adding a root certificate. If your IT department requires a root certificate for any type of outbound connection, you can add that root certificate here. If you have a proxy settings, you have a specific IP address for going out to the internet, you can set up the proxy settings at here. And the next thing is you can register this gateway with your EcoStruxure IT cloud account that you supposed to previously have set up. So these are the cloud connectivity options. The device discovery options has multiple settings as well that allows you to set up various discoveries and specified set of IP addresses. The very first thing we need to do is we need to we need to set up device credentials. So I would select new device credentials. From here I have the options to specify these four protocols. SNMP version 1, version 3, NetBots, or Redfish. So these are the options for you. If you have your UPSs running SNMP version 1 or version 3, you can specify any one of those. And I would specify SNMP version 1. You can name your discovery credential anything you want. I can call it local device. And this will create this local device SNMP version 1 discovery. From here, what I can do is I can create other discovery for other protocol, for other type of credentials. You may have devices that do have different credentials on their SNMP settings. So you can have multiple discovery set up in here. This discovery does not go out yet. To discover devices, we need to specify which IP address we want the system to look into. The second option here is that you need to set up your device configuration and firmware updates. Basically, what it tells you is that you need to set up the communication protocol credential for your UPSs. Your UPSs will have credentials for SCP protocol or FTP protocol to send out the firmware updates or the device configuration updates. You can set up that in here as well. So in the device discovery, what other thing I can do is I can specify a set of IP address, an individual IP address, or multiple IP addresses to start scanning those IP addresses for the devices that I'm looking for. So various options or various tips are provided for you here. You can specify an entire class of IP addresses. You can specify number of IP addresses from 1 to 254 in each one of these classes. You can specify one individual IP addresses, or you can specify multiple IP addresses if you want. So if, for example, if I want to scan an entire subnet of class 3 IP addresses, I can say 192.168.1. So it will start looking for any IP address in this area with SNMP settings, and it will start discover those devices for me. Another good thing about this is that you can run multiple discoveries simultaneously. You can set up discovery for different devices or different set of IP addresses, and all of them can run simultaneously on the system without any interruptions. So once the devices are discovered, you will see the number of devices changes. If they have alarm on them, on those alarms as well be changed. So from here, it's pretty hands-off. What I mean by this is that once you set up your discoveries, you can do the rest of your regular monitoring through the cloud environment. In the cloud environment, as I mentioned, it's very simple to set up. You register your gateway with that cloud instance that you set up for yourself on the Schneider Cloud, and you will be able to see all your devices and you will be able to monitor and set them. And there's one more option, last but not least, that you have some specifics for device credentials. You can do gateway administration, create new administrators in here. You will have all your trusted store for certifications. You can have these advanced options set up, timeouts for retries of multiple discoveries, targeted reads on different devices, SNMP trap ports if you need to change them, and one of the most important one is that if you need to download the server logs for any type of troubleshooting, this is the area to work with. So these were various options that were available on the EcoStruxure IT Gateway. Hopefully these information will be useful for you. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.